Hello everyone, and welcome to Pirates Academy. I am your Professor Frenzy, and I will be guiding you throughout your journey in the life of pirating. This is a 4-lesson course as we will be going over the following topics. We'll start off with something simple as the tutorial, but in the near future, we will be covering power and epics basics, combat basics, and also... Believe it or not, the tutorial is one of the most important parts of the game, as each decision will affect your overall game experience. While there isn't necessarily a wrong choice, it is important to understand as to what each choice gives. The first set of choices will be choosing your parents' death. A little bit of a minor spoiler, but this determines the companion you'll be getting towards the midway portion of Skull Island. If you choose the squid option, you get Burgess Latro, which is an aggressive unit that I tend to recommend for Buccaneers as it's more close to a pure Buccaneer build. The loss option gives you the companion Lucky Jack Russell, which is a recommendation I will have for privateers. The third option is Mutiny, which will give you another aggressive unit in Dead Mike. Not necessarily what I would recommend for Buccaneers, but its epics are serviceable. The fourth option is my most favorite option, being the Armada option, which gets you the companion Gaspard the Vole. The reason why I like Gaspard a lot is because you can fit Gaspard in a variety of roles. You can either go for a defensive hybrid build, or you can go for a more offensive build. The fifth and final choice is Thunderstorm, which will get you the companion Milo Greytail. This is a safe pick for both agility-based classes such as swashbucklers and muskets. The next two set of choices will be your origin and your class decision. The origin determines a stat boost that you get to keep permanently throughout the entirety of the game. These come in the following. The first is Naturally Tough, which gives you 5% health boost. The second choice gives you Born Sneak, which is a 5 dodge. Keen Eyes is 5 accuracy. Born Warrior gives 5 weapon power. And Naturally Spooky gives 5% spell power. Next, you get to finally decide on your class. It is very important to know as to how each class plays, so you can see which one best fits your style. We'll start off with Musketeers. Musketeers are known to excel in long distance, with a great amount of field control and off-turn ability thanks to their ranged style of play. Swashbucklers excel in damage, and while squishy can dodge numerous amounts of attacks. Buccaneers are arguably the best choice for close combat, known for being chaining machines and have the best overall mobility thanks to their powers. Witch Doctors are a magic-based class with numerous of infinite distance powers along with having splash attacks, but it's very power reliant. Privateers are the definitive support class that can play a numerous amounts of roles. They may be weak in damage, but they're beyond just healers, with access to the best overall support abilities. Here are some tips that you should know throughout your journey. The first tip is once you hit level 8, you're allowed to do companion orders, which is advised that you do so when the opportunity is open. When you have a companion do the order, however, you're unallowed to use them throughout the time, until either the cooldown is done or you happen to cancel the order. Here are some things that you should be prioritizing. Sailing is one of the most important ones. This gives you nautical XP, or also known as ship XP, that I recommend to keep it around your same level so you have the opportunity to upgrade your ships whenever the time comes. Pet wrangling is another one. This gives you free pet snacks and resources meant for pet training. Scavenging is another very important one, as this gives you gear that's good for selling or can possibly be rare gear that you'll be using throughout your journey. And finally, we have a conditional companion order known as Keep Hauling. This is only available once a companion is either the exact level or higher of your pirate. This gives you 1 free companion tome, which is used to level up your companions. Instead of having to buy Yuminade in order to refill your potion, my best recommendation is to go to the Presidio. There tends to be blue yum fruits around that you can get pretty consistently that will refill your potion very quickly. Here are some other tips that I would recommend. When selling gear, I recommend going to the free trader. Not only is it a faster way to sell, but it also gives you the most amount of gold. When it comes to leveling up your companions, my recommendation is to at least at minimum use 1 tome per level on your companions. That way you can save up on companion tomes. If you do happen to have some extra gold lying around, I definitely will recommend that you happen to buy some of these companion tomes at the tavern. Here's how I will personally do it. The first thing I would do is I will have 10 companions total to do the Keel Holland companion order. That's the limit as to how much companion tomes you can have at the time. The next thing I will do is while the order is being placed, I will buy 10 companion tomes. Once everything is finished, you will get a total of 20 tomes. If you happen to time this right and happen to do it during double companion orders, you can get up to 30 companion tomes. Around the beginning portions of Skull Island's story, you get to meet the characters Mo, Manny, and Jack. These characters sent you on quests that eventually leads you to dungeons where its final boss is responsible for dropping really useful, important pieces of gear that will allow you to do 90% of the game. These bosses are as follows. You have the Floating Dutchman, which is responsible for the totem, Chowaka Bob, which is responsible for the ring, and the Master, which is responsible for the amulet. These pieces of gear give you a specific power that could be useful throughout your journey, along with a stat boost. This will be my last bit of advice to you all. While you don't have to worry about it now, once you hit level 20, I would recommend that you meet the secret trainers that are located within Devilfish Hollow. These trainers switch by the hour. They give you specific epics that will be very useful within your journey. There will be more information about these epics once part 2 is released, so stay tuned for that portion of the Pirate 101 guide. And with that concludes the part 1 of the Pirate 101 Beginner's Guide. I do hope that you guys did enjoy today's video. It did take some time to make, however, I am really liking the end result as it is currently. And I really hope that the next few videos are going to be better as the time goes on. This is something that I actually been wanting to do ever since I first began the game, but I wanted to make sure that I got a decent amount of experience before I even start on the guide as such. Part 2 doesn't necessarily have a definitive date, so if you want to stay up to date, just make sure to subscribe to the channel. But also, if you can help me out, make sure to leave a like and share it amongst your friends. Share it among people that might be interested into playing this game. My goal is to make sure that people not only know the information, but at least give Pirate 101 a chance. So if you can do that for me, that would be extremely appreciated. As always, remember to stay frenzy and happy pirating.